Radyo Pilipinas is on Viber. Viber. One tap and swipe. Nandyan na lahat. Receive credible news and information. Pati mga trending topics at videos. Sure na meron dito niyan. Stay on track with Radyo Pilipinas on Viber. Pick up real news. Catch the latest and biggest stories. Search Radyo Pilipinas on Viber and hop in to our community. Vloggers ng Bagong Pilipinas. Vloggers ng Bagong Pilipinas.
And we're back dito sa Vloggers ng Bagong Pilipinas. Admin Bitch, may tanong ka ba kay Doc Ligot kung ano pang ano natin dito sa mga nagaganap na talamak ng mga AI fake videos?
Tanong ko lang kay Doc, no? Ano po ang inyong masasuggest sa ating gobyerno para at least kahit hindi siya talagang tuluyang mawala, ay at least ma-minimize naman yung pagpapakalat ng deepfake videos na yung nakaka-harm sa mga tao. Okay lang naman yung deepfake pero kapag yung ginamit na sa kasamaan, yun po, paano po kaya ang inyong masasuggest para hindi naman napakaraming nabibiktima?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest gaps ngayon is wala talaga tayong batas pagdating sa AI or deepfakes even. Even if yung kunyari pinaggamitan ng deepfake, let's say someone impersonated you, technically parang identity theft yun eh. And that's a cybercrime, no?
Right.
Pero in the Cybercrime Act or Cybercrime Prevention Act, walang word na deepfake, walang word na AI. So it certainly demands an update, whether dun sa batas na yon or like another law or some statute. Yung Data Privacy Act, in theory, could cover your facial data na pwedeng ginamit for faking. Wala rin ganung, and I think it was intentional eh. 2012 pa kasi yung mga batas na yan, no?
Yeah, hindi na siya updated.
Oh, matagal na. And I think that desperately needs to be updated because kunyari na-scam ka because of this, and you go to, PNP. You tell them, oy, na-deepfake ako. Wala silang necessarily parang procedure to deal with that because it's not really classified as anything. No? Now, that on the other hand, kailangan din natin ingatan kasi kunyari, naghigpit talaga on the use of AI and deepfakes, then you already impede on freedom of expression. And,
Ang dami niyang sasagasaan.
So medyo, there's a fine act. Pero for me, it's a bigger risk ngayon na wala tayong way of complaining. Diba? Even if it's used. In fact, sa abroad, there was a famous case. No? You can Google this. Merong CEO na in-impersonate using a deepfake at naka-withdraw sila ng millions of dollars from a bank.
Oh my gosh.
For me, ang unang reaction ko doon, ba't medyo uto-uto yung bangko na to? Kasi I think it was on the basis of a phone call, no? But anyway, whatever. Long story short, it was actually used to perpetrate theft from a company. So that means, yan talagang habol ng mga cyber criminals to use this technology. Now, I say cyber criminals, pero because technically it is a cyber crime, no? But how many cyber security professionals are actually trained in deepfakes?
Yeah.
Probably say zero. Or maybe they do it on the side. Kasi hindi yan kasama sa normal cyber training. So I think yan yung medyo gray area right now na kailangan talaga nating i-address to also permit responsible use. Hindi naman bawal lahat eh. Pero dapat alam ng mga tao na ito medyo sketchy, pero you can use deepfakes for creative purposes, no? May mga kilala nga ako, gagawa na raw sila ng first AI-generated short film. O yan, okay yan.
That's nice, yeah.
Oo, kasi makamenos ka.
Follow up ko lang, no? Ito kaya yung dahilan kung bakit yung sinampa ng NBI doon sa gumawa ng deepfake video kay PBBM ay parang wala tayong naririnig.
Well, I'm not privy to what was filed.
Dahil
no?
ba sa wala tayong batas?
It's possible na kulang yung batas natin to prosecute, no? And I think there is actually an older law, I keep referring to it, Revised Penal Code 143 yata or something like that, which punishes anyone who creates news that can harm the state. So baka yun yung ginamit, no? You went after kasi and then of course there's the sedition law, no? Anti-sedition law. Pero malayo na yun. Dito we're just talking about the impeachment or whatever. Hindi siya punishable under those laws. And then, of course, it doesn't cover personal attacks to you. There's, of course, libel.
Yeah.
and slander. Pero hindi necessarily connected to AI yon. No?
Correct.
So I don't want to give license to anyone who wants to use AI to attack. Kasi nga, kesa okrayin mo yung kapitbahay mo, gawa ka na lang ng AI to do it. Don't do that. Pero yun na nga, makakalusot yun kung gagawin mo.
So, yung mga tagagawa po ng batas natin, pwede pakigalaw po yung baso. Huwag po tayong puro post lang. Kasi may isa post lang ng post. Magtrabaho po kayo, hindi po tayo globetrotters at nagta-travel lang, ha? Pagalawin ng baso, marami tayong batas na kailangan i-update. But anyway, so simula nung huli tayo nagkita, no, Doc, nung huli ka nag-guest dito, ang tanong ko, anong pinagkakaabalahan mo lately with regard to your advocacies and, you know, may new projects ka ba regarding cyber security, AI?
Yeah.
Can you tell us more about it? Kung anong mga pinagkakaabalahan mo lately?
Well, probably the big three. Number one is education. So I'm working with a number of institutions to promote AI literacy. No, actually, if you're part of an education institution or you want to collaborate, I'm more than happy. You know, just hit me up on docligot.com. That's my website. We do mga courses on prompting. We do courses on AI literacy, and I'm about to partner with a number of people on the creative uses of AI naman. Kasi actually masaya siyang gamitin. Na huwag ka lang gagawa ng kasamaan. Pero yeah, you can create mga movies, you can create clips, images. It's really fun to do. And even ikaw, wala kang, kasi dati kailangan mo ng production house, ng studio. Ngayon, wala. Laptop is enough.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool? Yun yung opportunity sa AI. So that's one big chunk. On a, kumbaga, smaller percentage of my time, yan, yung issue ng mga batas, I'm actively lobbying for AI policies.
Yes.
And ang mga help na kailangan natin dyan, well, obviously, if you're in the Congress and the Senate, I wouldn't mind having time to talk to you. Pero even mga NGOs or mga advocates, and this covers everything from education to labor, sa mga artists, yung protection of intellectual property. Isa pang batas yan na medyo begging for an update yung intellectual property code. Kasi technically, hindi naman covered ng IP code ang AI. No? And there are technicalities to it. Labor code din. I mean, paghandaan na natin na yung nagbabantang mga job losses. Although technically, wala pa naman akong nakikita so far na talamak na nawawala ng trabaho. Pero on little parang fronts, kunyari, yung mga copywriters, mga artists, nararamdaman na nila. And what kind of protections can you get? No? So education, policy, and I'm also looking for collaborators to reach lalo na yung mga provinces.
Oh,
Kasi ang mga usapang AI parang palagi na lang nasa NCR lang. I certainly we need to bring
Correct.
this conversation
Mga big
everywhere.
cities, ano?
Yeah. In fact,
Yeah.
I was just in Cebu and in Calabarzon recently. And then last year, marami akong pinuntahan din. A couple of years back, I used to do work in Mindanao, in Cotabato, in Davao. Pero yun na nga medyo talagang kailangan ng konting effort and networking to do that.
So, very, very busy ka pala. Busy. Pero Dok, ano ka ba rin? Do you accept invitation, for example, let's say schools, to talk about, like for example, this particular school has a program for students with regard to, you know, AI and, you know, computer literacy and all. Do you take invitations na mag-guest ka kunyari to speak for the class or for the rest of the school?
Actually, just the other day, Friday, I was in Mapua sa Intramuros. And I gave a talk about, yun na nga, parang ang message ko doon, yung curriculum ng university, and Mapua is one of the most advanced na sa pagdating sa technology. Medyo nahuhuli pa rin pagdating sa AI. Kaya kasi kunyari gusto mo mag-aral ng AI, hindi ka pupunta sa school. Manonood ka ng YouTube. That's where you learn it. And that's fine kasi wala namang cost ng YouTube. Pero 'di ba sayang?
Yeah.
No? Sana tinuturo na siya. And unfortunately, yung mga marunong yan, hindi yan yung mga professors.
Correct.
These are people in the industry.
No, kasi I wanna suggest it to my daughter's school eh. Kasi
Yeah.
yung school ng daughter ko, they're like super advanced. Like especially with I mean, yung anak ko is like on junior high, first year in junior high, and she will have biology, physics, and chemistry.
Wow, science, STEM
Yeah.
track.
And this is per quarter lang. So imagine yung advanced ng school niya. And they even have creative writing and research at grade 5 and grade 6. So I'm wondering if they have that kind of and maybe I can, you know, talk to Doc Ligot and maybe he can be a guest sa school ng anak ko.
The answer is
Talagang-
yes, we can do that. Tsaka isa pang messaging ko na I should do more. Syempre, emphasis natin is more science and technology. Pero wag natin kakalimutan yung humanities, yung arts, 'di ba? Creative fields. Kasi talagang napag-iiwanan din yung mga ano na yun, mga fields na yun. Kasi nga ang goal ng mga magulang o paaralin ko yung anak ko para magkatrabaho agad or para makapag-abroad.
Correct.
Yeah, those
So,
were my 90s parents.
diba?
Ganun sila. Yeah,
O
90s
kailangan may
parents.
lisensya ka, no? Or kailangan mag-nurse ka, mag-doktor ka, guaranteed may trabaho. I mean, to a certain extent, that's still true. Pero yun na nga, marami ng competition. Hindi lang naman ang Pilipino ang na-employ abroad, no? So, and then there's AI. We need to figure out paano ba natin gagamitin yan para magkaroon ng livelihood. I think that's a
Yeah.
big opportunity.
I think because kasi before back in the 90s, no, kasi even my parents have that kind of mentality na you want to be an artist, magtrabaho ka muna, get a course na madali ka makakuha ng trabaho and then afterwards you can study again. I think it's more on practicality kasi more parents are more practical back then, no, rather than now na ngayon the millennial parents like myself, they allow to encourage their kids not to take up art. Kasi my daughter is a very good artist. She draws very well. And so, yeah. So I hope na this, we can educate people more about AI and how to use it properly, responsibly.
Actually,
Alright.
for anyone who wants to get started, madali, hit me up on docligo.com. I'm also on Facebook. Hanapin
Yeah, I
niyo ako,
follow
Doc
you.
Ligo. Meron, kung wala kayo sa Facebook, I'm on LinkedIn. Kung nasa X pa kayo, kasi alam ko marami nang umalis, nandun din ako. I mean,
Okay.
I try to spread yung content ko as far as possible. And then I have a YouTube channel.
Of
Look for
course,
me on Doc Ligot. Yun, marami akong mga videos doon for free. But yun na nga, the idea there is to get literacy up, and then pag kailangan nyo na ng mga hardcore skills, tara, let's have a training.
That's great. So, alright, maraming salamat sa what's the word? For accepting our invitation, sorry, dito sa Vloggers ng Bagong Pilipinas. Doc, I hope we have you once again.
Yeah. Thank
You're
you.
always welcome here pag naisipan ulit natin.
And hopefully hindi dahil nagkaroon na naman ng bagong kabulastugan sa AI, ano?
Hopefully hindi na ganun yung yung case. So eto na, bago tayo magtapos, it's your time to shine.
Baka may gusto pa si
Ikaw,
na-
Doc, may gusto ka bang i-promote mo yung page mo
i-promote,
sa ating mga tagapakinig, ganyan?
Yeah, yun na nga. Follow me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on X. And then we're also launching a number of courses. So if you're interested in learning AI, just reach out.
All right, thank you.
Yun.
So basically, Doc Ligot is everywhere. You just know when to find it.
Yan.
Game.
Okay, konti lang to Martina, no? So, binabati ko lang pinapabati ni Ami Ruzul, si Teacher Marie Hernandez, at yung kanyang mga kasamahan daw sa simbahan, at ang kanyang ama na si Doroteo Ruzul, no? Sabi niya, inaway lagi kang malusog at happy, lagi we love you, Ama. At saka syempre binabati ko rin si Jessie Velasco at saka si Florcita Anacaya at saka maraming po salamat sa mga nagpa-follow ng aking YouTube channel Admin Rich at saka sa aking Facebook page Admin Rich Komentarista at maging sa aking TikTok page. Maraming po salamat at yung tagline nga po natin, huwag niyong kakalimutan, fight fake news, expose the truth, para ma-expose po natin yung mga fake news na yan. Kailangan po natin ay sabihin at ihayag ang katotohanan. Yun po. Admin Rich, Komentarista.
All right, thank you, Admin Rich. At ako naman, sobrang simple lang. I just wanted to say hello to my mom and dad in California and all my nieces and my brothers. Yun sa kuya ko, congratulations. He was invited for his first exhibit. Congrats, kuya. So, also the Dialogo family, my neighbors, thank you for always watching over us. And yun lang, to my beshies, Alex, na nasa Palawan pa, si Alex, si Sheila, and to the entire Bangawan family, and as well as kay Attorney Paul Chavez. Beshi, anniversary niyo yata ni Carmela, so congrats. So, anyway, yun lang. So, next time po ulit, magkita-kita tayo ulit dito tayo. Ako po si Martina Goriseta.
At si Admin Rich.
At ito po
dito
ang sa Vloggers ng Bagong Pilipinas. Magandang gabi po.